going to see A versus B on a debate stage June 27th. CNN is hosting it. If you blinked too fast, you might have missed it. The way it was set up, it seemed so fast. Biden suggested it. Donald Trump said yes. CNN agreed. And now it's happening, and it's happening before the convention. What do you make of this?
Well, I love the recent comment from Donald Trump, who said one of his requests for the debate was to make sure they're standing and that it goes on for 2 hours. I mean, I laughed. I mean, all of us laughed when we saw that, thinking, okay, he's sending Joe Biden a message, which is, I don't think you can stand on your feet without interruption for 2 hours, right? Very Trump-like. This is a very interesting debate for at least three reasons. One is it's coming early. It's coming in June. Usually debates happen closer to Labor Day and beyond. And of course, the second debate they both agreed to is planned for September 10th. That will be hosted by ABC. Number two are the hosts for this debate. Jake Tapper and Dana Bash are not unabashed supporters of Donald Trump. That's at the risk of all understatement. I think those are two very difficult questioners for the former president. A lot of people that I've talked to are surprised that he agreed to both of them. I think the former president feels confident enough, though, whoever the questioners are, that he's going to be able to get his points across. But that, you might say, advantages potentially the current president. And the third thing is, it's going to be in a studio, Brittany, and without a studio audience. Donald Trump excels in front of rally-sized audiences. He's going to have an audience of cameramen and sound engineers and two questioners, as opposed to 1,000 raucous people in an audience, live audience, to perform to. That, I think, also advantages Joe Biden to some extent, who probably is more comfortable in what I would call a fireside chat environment. With all those things said, all the burdens of proof, almost all the burdens of proof, are going to be on President Biden on the major issues of the day, where he, according to all major public polling, he's trailing badly, starting with the economy, immigration, people's feelings about the future, foreign policy, everything happening in Ukraine and Israel. The one place that he feels kind of solid footing on is reproductive rights. That clearly will be an issue that will be brought into this debate, but all other measures, all other things other than personality, which I'm sure that Jake and Dana are going to get into in a big way, are advantages for the contender, for the challenger. And that's why I think you saw Donald Trump very eagerly embrace this debate, embrace it early. And of course, it happens. One last thing, these debates are going to happen following whatever the verdict is in New York and the trial over hush money that Donald Trump is facing. It will also follow the end of the term for the Supreme Court. That's important because one of the major cases we're all waiting to hear their decision on has to do with presidential immunity. So a lot of stuff that is yet unknown, but will be known by then, are going into June 27th. It is a made-for-television, must-watch moment for anyone. Whether you like politics, whether you like the two contenders or not, you must tune in for this one, because it's Katie bar the door about what may happen and what its impact may be.
I was personally surprised seeing Donald Trump agree to this so fast, especially without a studio audience, because if we can all remember when he did that town hall with CNN, I believe it was last year, he builds momentum just from a studio audience cheering him on when he gets his remarks in and they land. But we won't be seeing that June 27th. Do you think that this debate has the potential to move the needle here? And if so, by how much?
Well, viewers are going to look for at least two things, respectively. One is whether Donald Trump has a message that moves America forward, that addresses a lot of the challenges we're facing, that they find both credible and relevant. On the other hand, the bar that's set for President Biden is whether or not he can go into a spirited debate like this, stand on his own 2 feet, of course, if the president has his way, the ex-president, and is able to provide compelling responses to the very challenges that most people feel the current administration is responsible for because they've been in play. So I think both have have to clear the bar in different ways for different reasons. I know that Donald Trump right now is running an incredibly disciplined campaign, owing to Susie Wiles and Chris LaCivita and others around them that are really showing, and you've seen this in the primary calendar too, Brittany. They ran a very disciplined campaign. I think you're going to see a more disciplined approach coming from the president. Maybe this is where this environment of two moderators versus a studio audience plays into helping reinforce that with Donald Trump, that he'll be more direct, and I think more kind of contained about where he wants to focus and where he wants to go. But President Biden has got to show that he's got 4 more years left in him, and that the 4 more years could actually make a fundamental difference in the things that have led 2 out of 3 Americans to gripe, we don't like the way things are, and we certainly don't like the way things are moving.